Yeah, so a typical day is not typical for me, which is really great. At Sarasota County, I have the privilege of having 3 different components of my job as assistant to. The first one is special projects for our county administrator and our deputy county administrator, so I get to work with all the different departments on anything and everything that comes about. My second part is recruiting with HR. I get to go to different career fairs, job fairs, and speak to students and people just potentially interested in working in government and educating them the importance of government and why they should know about it, and then also the great opportunities that we have. And lastly, I get to work with our government relations director in lobbying. So we go to Tallahassee and we talk to senators and legislators about the bills that are being discussed for that legislative session, and we get to figure out what bills are going to help us, what bills may not help us, and what funding we can also get to help represent and support the county.
There isn't one. Every day is different, whether it's a commission meeting day or a regular day, starting out meeting with staff, starting with reviewing news, learning what's happening in the community, meeting with businesses, business organizations, neighborhood organizations. So no, there is no typical day.
I'm sure you've heard this from many people already, but there is no such thing as a typical day in city government. But I would say most of my days start with a phone call on my way to work. You know, I'm already talking to one of my department heads as I'm getting to the office, and I love that because that's some one-on-one time that you maybe can't always get when you're in the office. Busy throughout the day, doing a variety of different things. Could be like agenda prep, management, it could be meeting with residents. And often in Winter Park, we end our day with some sort of activity. Like this week alone, we've had a History Center grand opening, we've had an unveiling of our Art Center poster, and on the weekend, we have a gala for our library. So there's always lots of opportunities to celebrate Winter Park in the evening.
So a typical day is really analyzing what each day entails. I think each day is different, and you have to figure out where the priorities are and then put those in order and handle those as you can. Some items pop up, they need attention immediately. Some can wait till later, but you have to be able to analyze and delegate and then take the path and make sure that you can handle them all at the same time.
Meeting, email, phone call, meeting. So really, I do tease that my life, it just revolves around meetings, and you know, whenever you get to a certain level, that's a lot of what you do. It's just a lot of meetings, making sure you're communicating with your team, knowing what's going on, making sure you give your elected officials heads up as to what's going on. So meeting and more meeting.
A typical day for me, very simple. Show up to the office, say hi to everybody first and foremost. I'm responsible for the day-to-day of the strategic plan, making sure that we're doing our business planning and every department's hitting their goals, their targets. So I do a review of the business plan for each department. I schedule meetings with them, making sure that they stay on track. I look at data, making sure that we stay on track on data as well. I schedule my meetings with my departments that I oversee to make sure that they are staying consistent with the project. And I also go out in the community. I explain what the city is working on.